10 items in grocery stores that are skyrocketing in price here in fall of 2023. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Today we are drinking the Dunkin' coffee, one of my favorites. Nice medium roast coffee. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. We have to go into this, guys. I've been putting together a list from which we've gotten, over the last month, thousands of comments on some of these products that have gone up. If they haven't gone up in your store yet, they probably will. Take advantage of that and start buying up some of this stuff as you see prices cheaper than what we are showing on the channel here, because these are most certainly going up all around the country and some around the world. Number one being coffee here. Coffee is skyrocketing all across the U.S. right now, and we are getting reports from viewers outside of the country where coffee has been going through the roof. We have had some issues with some particular shortages of coffee beans due to weather. That is not the Arabica beans or the Colombian beans, but there are some other ones affected. We have seen price increases all around here, not just at Kroger or Meijer. We'll get into Meijer here in a second. Meijer, I'll tell you what, their brand coffee is going through the roof. I mean, it's so expensive now, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, their coffee's okay, but I don't think it deems the prices that they are right now. I mean, it's really going up in price. Kroger coffee has been sitting still at $8.99 for the big canisters of their coffee. Their original roast, 29 ounces. Pretty much all the other ones are a little smaller at 24 ounces, $8.99. But we have been seeing those dreaded low price stickers on there. So we'll have to catch up on some of that stuff as we go along and visit the stores. We always say buy up the sales as you see them. These kind of things that we're going to be talking about in this discussion have been skyrocketing in price, so we need to pay attention to some of these. Coffee, like I said, is all around the world right now. Prices are getting crazy. We've been having a lot of viewers chime in from California saying coffee is getting unaffordable, and that is definitely going to push toward the center here of the Midwest. It will be heading our way, if not already has. We've seen Dunkin' jump up $1 in a week. I got this on sale. I've been knowing. We've been talking a lot about these different things, and as I go along and find the sales, I've been buying them up and stocking up on them, because we all knew that these things were going to be going up in price. One that kind of caught me off guard, though, and if you look it up, you can find a lot of the things, and people say a lot of these things are ingredients, employee shortages, transportation, all these different things could play a factor. The important thing to note and to remember here is that we're paying more in the grocery stores. It's getting harder and harder to stock up on these items as we go along, because they're virtually getting unaffordable. We get comments all the time on some that we're going to be going over here shortly of a lot of different, people that just cannot afford some of these products anymore, some of their favorite foods and stuff like that, they just can't afford. And one that really kind of is discouraging here is number 2 on the list, juices. Juices are getting really expensive. Now, we saw at Kroger Marketplace the other day, they had a on the buy 5 or more save $1 each deal at Kroger. They had Ocean Spray on sale for $3.49. Last year, that was the regular price. Now, $4.99. $4.99 for Ocean Spray, guys. Now, I understand we can probably find that cheaper at Walmart, but guys, these prices are going up at Walmart too. And it's something we always talk about on the channel here, is that we're still seeing price increases on regular price. So I always talk about focus on the regular price, but right now we need to also focus on these sale prices as well, because these sale prices are higher than they've ever been. What the sale price was a couple weeks ago, we see the regular price sitting still, but we're still seeing those sale prices get closer and closer to what the regular price is. And to me, that's unacceptable. It's, you're not having much of a sale. It's getting harder and harder for us to stock up on some of these things. See if I can fix this here. There we go. Good on that. Okay. So now this is most certainly, we've already seen store brand juices go up in price. Okay, they've already gone up. It was like a couple months ago we saw Kroger, Meijer, Walmart. These have all been going up in price. Store brands. Okay, and this was after the name brands. Okay, so now we're seeing the name brands go up again. What's the store brand going to be? So if the store brand that you buy your different juices and stuff, if they are the price from what they were the last time you bought them, go ahead and buy up some, because chances are they're going to be going up next. We see trends. Excuse me. We see trends in the stores. Okay, and this is a big one. We've been saying this was going to happen, but for everybody who is new to the channel here, make sure you subscribe so that you are tuned in every day. We do these videos every day to try and help save you as much money as possible in the grocery stores and beyond, because prices just keep going up. They don't stop. It's like a train wreck that just keeps happening and happening, like derailments or something. And I know that could sound funny, but it's really not a joke, because yes, we have train derailments, it seems like, every day. But that's how these prices in the grocery stores are. I mean, that's all I can really compare it to. It is an absolute train wreck. I mean, we go into the stores now and we see people, how are you buying as much groceries as you used to? Does the average person going to the grocery store, they're probably spending the same amount of money, but you're getting half the cart, right? Does that sound familiar? I mean, that's us if we're going for like a weekly shopping, which we rarely do anymore. Me and Jess, we go and we stock up on things as we go along and find the best deals. That way we know at least we're ultimately saving in the future on some of these things. But anyway, I won't beat around the bush too much on each one. I just want to make sure that we're clear on the things that are going up, how high they're getting up there, so that when you go to the store and you find these products that some of these we're not only expecting prices to go up, but we're expecting shortages on them as well. When we see stuff start to skyrocket in price, that usually means that there's some kind of shortage, ingredients, transportation, something else is going on. Okay, and even if it's not, it's good to be mindful of it here. One thing I missed on coffee as well, Walmart's prices just went up on coffee too. Okay, so Great Value has gone up on, I think it was just their pods. But the cans will be next, right? Maybe they just didn't change the sticker, because usually those prices change in the same time. But we've seen all different coffee products go up at Walmart. Not surprising, just, good to note. Good to note. Number 4 on the list has to be bacon. I have probably gotten over 100 comments in the last couple weeks on how bacon has just gone through the roof. Now, we have been talking about pork. I've been trying to tell people, start, if you got some extra freezer space, I know everybody doesn't, but, any pork products, we were talking about way back when the hog farmers were shut down, out in Missouri. And it just seems like there's been a lot of different issues over the last year between different recalls, different things going on. No recalls right now, knock on wood, but we have been seeing pork go up higher than it's ever been within at least the last few years. Okay, bacon is one that is picking up speed rather quickly. We've seen Oscar Mayer shoot up $2 a pack for pretty much everything. Okay, so when you find a sale, you like bacon, I like bacon, chances are you probably like bacon. Stock up on some when you find a good deal. Or if you know one that is already a good price. There are some good prices on different bacons out there, but those are probably going to be going up too. This is all mostly awareness today, guys. These are products that we've been talking about for months that continually go up in price, and I know I sound like I'm like a broken record, like I'm really preaching this stuff out, but I just really want everybody to save as much as they can before it all hits the fan. Because, guys, I'll tell you what, I think it's only going to get worse, and when we start adding a lot more products to this list here, and there are some that I left off the list, which we may go over a couple of those here at the end, but we'll see. I don't want to, I don't want to dish out so many things at a time here, because I always say I never encourage panic buying on the channel. I don't encourage any kind of panic buying, but I feel like if I do too much, I feel like if I add too much to these videos, it might freak people out a little bit, and it might start to encourage that. I encourage smart buying. When you find deals, They're there for a reason. Buy them up. When there's no limits, that means they can handle the traffic. So have at it, you know. That's why I like the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal at Kroger, because it's endless. Digital coupons are a headache anyway. I know most people, especially on my channel here, don't like digital coupons. I don't like digital coupons. But it's the way of the world. It's the way we have to do it to really save the most money. But at the same time, you do only get 5. You can only buy up to 5. So anybody that got that Progresso soup deal or whatever was on the digital coupons a week or two ago, you're limited to 5 items. So, you know, it is what it is. Number 5 on my list is kind of one that kind of tosses up in the air is produce. We've been getting a lot of comments on produce lately, how it's the highest it's ever been. Yes, it is highest. And I know some people will argue that, yes, these things are out of season, these things are out of season. Even though they're out of season, they're still higher than they have ever been out of season. So it's like if you're still paying a certain price for a product that is out of season, you're still going to be paying more than you did last year. Pretty much everything out here is more, except for apples, right? Apples are in season. So we're finally starting to see some good deals on apples. But look how long it's taken for us to get here. It's probably only going to be another week or two, and then all of a sudden they're back. And if you want the ones, the regular nice looking ones, in my opinion, they're the ones that are just, you know, you're going to have to pay the extra for it. Because I got to say, the ones that I saw that are the big, ginormous ones that they have, they don't look good at all. To be honest with you. I mean, I would rather get the 4 for $3 of the little tiny ones. Or, honestly, I get my apples from Aldi, and they're $2.99 for 3 pounds. And the Gala apples are delicious. The red delicious apples are actually delicious from Aldi. So, if you have an Aldi, that's where you should probably get apples. They don't look waxy like they've been painted with lacquer or something. I mean, it's just, they just don't look good. And people are saying, oh, just wash them off. Yeah, I've tried that. You can wash, and wash. Hold it up in front of the light and you can see your reflection. I mean, that's not right. And I come from a long family who have had apple trees and stuff like that. And yeah, it's nice that you don't have to pick any ants or caterpillar out of your apple. I mean, yeah, that's cool and everything, but you don't have to do that with Aldi apples either, or Trader Joe's. If I'm near Trader Joe's, I always get a bag of those apples. They're usually about the same price. But anyway, just wanted to mention produce because we've gotten hundreds and hundreds of comments on produce and how expensive it's gotten. And I expect it's going to continue to go up. Berries have been skyrocketing in price lately again. Berries are getting unaffordable. Even the conventional berries. I can't even imagine buying organic berries right now. I mean, Meijer had that awesome deal on the raspberries for 99 cents. You guys will be seeing this video Friday, or no, I'm sorry, tonight, Thursday. So you'll have 2 days to get to Meijer and get those raspberries for 99 cents a pack, which is a good deal. 6-ounce packs for 99 cents. But moving on to number 6 here. Number 6 is one that I really have no idea. This is from solely you guys. I've been getting more and more comments. Someone sent me a email the other day, and I'm looking at some of the prices, and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty ridiculous. Is beer. Beer is going way up in price. Now, we've talked about some of the things with like ongoing conflicts between Ukraine and Russia, wheat, grain, stuff like that, and some other places that have been struggling around, other places around the world that have been struggling getting their products to resell products, to package products, to sell them. You know, it's like a whole whirlwind of events, of things, of just disaster that happens with some of these things. You know, and this is why we were saying from the beginning, eventually it will start to affect us in some way. Okay, now as to where we're obviously getting the products, it must be hard or they're paying a lot more for them. But beer, yeah, looking at some of the things I've seen, and I kind of look over it a little bit. I don't really cover stuff like that on the channel here, but I will say cases of beer look like they are getting pretty high in price. Pretty ridiculous expensive. And again, we've gotten a lot of comments on beer and wine. Wine, too, seems like it's kind of going through the roof. People think, I'm not sure what the price was of some of the wines at Aldi, but apparently they went up again, and people are upset. A lot of people really like that wine. I forget what it's called. Owl or something. Owl wine. I'm really sure. Let me know down in the comments if you know which one it is. But it's like one of the most popular wines I ever hear about. And it's from Aldi. People love it, but it just went up in price again and people are upset. So, moving on from beer, bread. Bread is one that we've consistently seen go up in price over the last couple years. Again, one other thing that some people have said is that if the price stays the same, the taste is terrible. We talk about this all the time on the channel here. It's like, if we see things skyrocket in price, if we see like a bread item go up in price, like crazy high price, which a lot of them are right now, then they probably haven't changed any of the ingredients. They're keeping it the same. However, we've had a lot of people that have talked about different breads that you've gotten over the years. Prices are still about the same or just a little higher, but they taste like trash. So that's probably what it is. They've kept the price because they knew that if they raised it too much, people wouldn't get it. And that they read the label, they've probably changed something. Now, I know that I will say that butternut bread, which is a famous Cincinnati bread here, it does not taste like it used to. It doesn't. A lot of people were saying that in one of our other videos the other day, and I thought to myself, you know what? Butternut bread does not taste like it used to, but that is one that has also really gone up in price. Look at Sara Lee. Even Sara Lee's starting to go up everywhere. Still, last time I checked at Walmart, it was just a little under $3 a loaf. But now it's getting up to like $4 a loaf in some other places. And if it's not on sale at Kroger, it is $4.49 a loaf, which is unacceptable. Nature's Own, they're up to $3.99 regular price now, pretty much everywhere. It's crazy. Bread prices are going through the roof. And that is another product that we have gotten comments from all around the world. All around the world. Not just the U.S. here, but bread prices seem like they're just going through the roof. Next on the list here, and this has been since we were talking about different shortages on Cheerios and stuff, we were getting a lot of comments on that people were saying cereal. Now, this is something that has been an issue for a long time now, but we have seen prices consistently go up on cereal. Some of them small prices at first, we saw a while back, but now we just seen a huge increase on a lot of different cereals that have gone up $1. We've seen cereals at Walmart. Right, we compare things to Walmart because we can compare all around the country. We're seeing cereal prices go up at Aldi on even their cheapest brands, their cheapest ones. So I mean, it's when you see it go up at places like Walmart and Aldi, I always tell people keep your eyes open in the stores and don't overpay. We saw was it Chex Mix that they're selling now, a regular teeny tiny size box of Chex Mix for $5. $5. Oh, it's crazy. I mean, a big size box of Cheerios for $7.49. But if you get to Kroger here soon, they have the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal on those big mega boxes of Cheerios on sale on that deal. Mix and match. $3.99. So if you love Cheerios, we have been seeing them come back in. Go ahead and get you a few boxes of that. Again, no limits. I know we have a lot of Cheerios lovers on the channel here. I'm not a huge fan of Cheerios, but I want to make sure that everybody who is aware of the sale going on right now. Okay, so our last two here are not food items, but these are items that we are seeing soar in price. One of them being bleach. That's right, bleach. We've been seeing Clorox come back after their hack attack. Right, their system got hacked or something, and they weren't able to send stuff out. Ironically, we see this stuff come out a month later. They came out with a big speech after we're already seeing that everything is gone in the stores. Pine Sol, all the weird things that I never knew Bleach or that Clorox even owned, like Hidden Valley Ranch, Kingsford Charcoal, just all these things. We're slowly starting to see it come back in. Prices have gone up on them, but the crazy thing about it is I feel like these other stores have completely taken advantage of this situation. We saw Kroger go up in price, Kroger bleach go up. We saw Meyer bleach go up. We're even seeing places at, like somebody had mentioned at Family Dollar, that their bleach has gone through. I haven't been to a Family Dollar in a while. They had a huge recall on a bunch of different medicines and stuff. So I'll go to Family Dollar, but I'm kind of waiting for all that stuff to kind of blow over. But bleach has really gone up in price. I mean, crazy prices. Like, it's almost the same price to get Clorox as it is Kroger brand. I mean, it's pretty, I mean, yeah, off by like $1 or something, but Kroger has just soared in prices on everything. But it's like, for a store brand, it should be a lot cheaper. But Clorox has gone through the roof. Their biggest container that you can buy in the grocery store is now $8.49 for some bleach. I mean, that's just, I don't know. It's terrible. But the last one on the list here, and this is why I keep looking at this one, I'm thinking, boy, don't go out there and rush on toilet paper, okay? But it is toilet paper. We've gotten tons and tons of comments on toilet paper lately and how the prices have gone up, but not just the prices, but the shortages as well. Now, we've seen some shortages of toilet paper around here, but it's not like we're out. It's not like it was a few years ago when all of it was getting bought up and just ridiculous. But we are starting to see other name brands that have kept their prices down because they shaved a lot of the toilet paper off, right? Because that's another thing, the shrinkflation. But we said this was going to happen. We've been talking about this for a long time. Like, they did this first. Next will be the huge price increases. So, like Cottonelle, Scott went up. Scott tissue went up. I know a lot of people that always want me to check out the sales on Scott tissue. What's the other one? I can't think of it. It's another big one. I don't know. Charmin won't go up. As a matter of fact, I don't think Charmin will go up for a long time because I feel like they raised that price initially. Like, okay, we're going to raise the price. We're just never going to touch it. We'll have it on sale for a little while and then it'll just go back up. But now we're starting to see all the other toilet papers like Cottonelle, Quilton Northern. That's what I was thinking of. Now we're seeing those go up. We're seeing those prices go up while on sale. Okay, so now is the time if you use Quilton Northern or Cottonelle, look for those sales because the regular prices are going up. And then once they go up, we'll never see that sale again, probably. Okay, I don't like to say never, but that is what we usually see. That's what we've been seeing on everything else. I have been given no information to think otherwise. So, guys, yeah, it's getting real. We knew it would. We've all been talking about this on the channel. Pork is one that kind of sticks out to me because we've been seeing that slowly go up in price. We knew it would. That's one that a lot of different articles that we've gone over and stuff have been talking about pork prices that have been going up all over the country, all around the world, apparently. And produce has been one that's been hitting all over the world as well. A lot of our viewers in Australia and Canada, we've had some issues with produce, mostly shortages in Canada. And let's go over one here that we're starting to deal with as an issue again is over-the-counter medicines. And no, I'm not talking about the recall from Family Dollar, even though that was pretty terrible. So we've had a couple of our Canadian viewers that were talking about it being hard to find like some different Tylenol. I think NyQuil was one. A lot of over-the-counter medicines, cold medicines, children's medicines. This was the same issue around last year. We were getting a lot of comments from a lot of our Canadian viewers saying you weren't able to find these. I was trying to find ways for people to buy them, in the U.S., maybe order online. And then we're going to stores and we can't find them. And I'm like, good Lord. It's like it's just one thing after another, guys. We have to pay attention. We got to make sure that we're a little bit ahead of the game. If you remember a couple months ago, if you've been following us for a long time, I was mentioning, Pete, before the cold season came here, I was trying to warn people, like, go ahead and get your cold medicine now in case we run into an issue like we did last year. Hoping that it wouldn't happen, but apparently it has. And we just, again, we just need to pay attention to this. If you can't order online, then I would just recommend kind of looking outside the box. Here in some future videos, we're going to be checking out stores like Big Lots, Ollie's, stores you may never think to buy some of these items. We're going to check them out because, yeah, we don't want to be running out of different cold medicines and stuff like that. Because, yeah, you need that stuff. You don't feel well, you're having trouble sleeping, NyQuil's okay. I've used it before. It's nice. Personally, myself, I try to not use anything if I can. But, spring and fall, I get my heavy allergies. I usually have to take something for that. So, anyway, those are our 10 items that are going up in the grocery store right now. And we are expecting some of these to continue to go up through fall and winter of 2023, possibly into 2024. I missed one here. Can you believe that? Wow. I guess, see, I go on and on. I actually missed one. Number 3 was actually beef and chicken. Okay. I was like, that's one, excuse me, that's one that has kept going up. Well, beef has. Chicken has now started going up as well. We're seeing store brand chicken go up. We're seeing these store brand products catch up to, like name brand prices. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. It's like, and some could argue that store brands these days are better than name brands. I mean, for some items, you could argue that. With beef, though, I've talked about it so much. I mean, we really haven't been buying much beef. It's just too expensive. It really is. Like, even with that stuff, same as everything else, the sale prices are like right about the same as what the regular prices were, or what the regular prices were the week before after the regular prices went up. So, yeah, I can't believe I missed that one there. But, yeah, beef and chicken continue to go up in price. Again, mostly store brand that we've been seeing, products like Heritage Farm. We see sales lighter, a little bit of sales at Meijer. Meijer had the chicken wings and chicken breasts this past week. They were $2.49 a pound. But the legs are back up to $1.69 a pound. That's the highest we've ever seen at Meijer. We'll have to check some other places as we go along here, but we will be checking different places to try and find some of these main staple items as well. From what I understand, there is still a continuing shortage of sugar. Now we're hearing about spices again. Excuse me. It was the same time last year that we were having shortages of spices. We're coming near the holidays. I don't really look too much into that. What I really look for with spices is when we start seeing the prices go up. Some of you have said some prices have been going up on some of your spices, so I'm trying to give a little bit of attention to those as we go along. But again, we just have to buy up the sales as we see them, guys. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Just make sure that you're, when you're, I don't want to say go into the grocery store with a blank piece of paper, but go into the grocery store with your list and just be ready to change things. It's like, don't pay that certain amount. Have your limits. Have your limits of what you're going to pay for something. I will not buy terrible quality steak from Kroger for $20 a pound or $15.99 a pound or whatever it is. If I'm going to spend that, I'm going to go to my mom and pop store, which I do anyway, and buy the better quality. Or if you don't have a mom and pop store and you go at Costco or Sam's Club, the quality there is always much better. So anyway, guys, those are our 10 items and beyond. I know we went over a few more here. I was surprised with Bleach. Bleach seems like it's really skyrocketed in price over the last couple months. I'm sure this Clorox thing had something to do with that. But anyway, thank you for joining me with the coffee rant today. I hope it helps. We will continue to keep you updated on anything that we find excruciatingly high at the grocery stores, high prices. I mean, we gotta tackle these one day at a time because it's ongoing, guys, but we'll all get through this together. Hopefully at some point things level off and we find ways, get creative. Get creative. We used to talk about that a lot on the channel when we saw the initial blast of grocery price increases a couple years ago, year and a half ago, when it was really like, wow, this is something we need to think about. We were all creating new meals, making new meals, finding ways to create things to stretch meals out, and we still do to this day. We just probably don't talk about it as much as we used to or need to, but really that's the way to ultimately save. Get creative with your meals and try to stretch them out as you go, because that's another way we can save. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Have a great night.